Hi everyone, this is Victoria from Victoriously Queen, and I am thrilled to have a very special guest with us today. She is the reigning Miss Hawaii International, Jade Lun. Jade, can you say hi to everyone?
Thank you so much for having me, Victoria. I'm excited to our little chat today.
Awesome, awesome. So, how did you get started in pageantry?
Growing up, I never knew what pageantry was until I started to see posters around the Chinatown community when I lived in Chicago. I really loved the community aspect of pageantry and how girls could use their confidence to speak to their community about things that they're passionate about and causes that they want to take action on. And so, with that, I was always part of my community back in college. So, I thought this would be a great transition to explore pageantry once we connected and you told me a little bit more about what the competition entailed.
Awesome, awesome. And so, um, what did you take away from your first time competing in a pageant?
I think the first time I competed in a pageant, I learned real quick about gaining self confidence within myself. You know, it's really scary your first time getting up on stage and doing public speaking. And at that time, I wasn't as comfortable doing those parts of a pageant. So I think that was something that I had to mentally get over the hurdle for. And after my first competition, it really taught me the things that a pageant title holder is deserving of, or what the judges are looking for when she's up there on stage and speaking about herself and what her passion is.
Yeah, and I mean, you have a really strong platform, Rise Strong Now, and that's something that you're really passionate about. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, I started Rise Strong Now a year ago, and it was a pivotal moment for me when I was self reflecting on habits that I built up in college and in adult life. So, something that I didn't know I was struggling with as much as I did until I had that pivotal moment was I was really struggling with alcoholism. Something that is so taboo within the Asian American community and still in public to this day about speaking about it. I stopped drinking. Today is 671 days.
Woo!
So stopped drinking 671 days just so that I could get myself back in the right path in life. I wasn't feeling that I was being the best version of myself in those moments where I was drinking in a crowd of people that I thought were my friends. And, you know, those friend circles really influence one another. And so I knew when I stopped hanging out with my my peers that it wasn't the Jade I wanted to be moving forward. So stopping drinking has helped me live life with a clear mind and with more intention. And so last year I was really excited because I have Rise Strong Now as my platform on Instagram, where I do talk about a little bit of deeper topics of my experience with alcoholism and how I stopped. But also, I want to balance it out and bring in the positivities of an alcohol free lifestyle. I've met so many friends on this journey who do not drink because they choose not to drink. And I think that's so incredible. And we also have to tailor to the culture that's ever so much changing now. I feel like in the society, I'm meeting so many more people who decide to not drink, and for that, I'm working on a book. It's called Fizz Without the Fuzz, but it's my favorite mocktail recipes based on my experience of not drinking these past 2 years, and it's currently in the works of becoming a published book. So I'm super excited that my experience and also with the help of pageantry has led me to this calling to really stand with the torch going towards this direction for our generation to show them that there are vices out there in your life, and I know life becomes stressful, but everybody deals with it in their own way. And my job right now is to encourage people to have a healthier mindset when it comes to stress and daily habits.
I mean, it sounds like you truly are a force for good. Congratulations on your upcoming book. Can you give us a hint about one of the cocktails that or mocktails that you're gonna include in that book?
Yeah, so one of my favorite restaurant meals is chips and salsa. I love spicy salsas, mango salsas, but I always like to have a refreshing drink with it. And in the past, I would always go towards a mojito as my drink of choice. And so I've been able to work in my test kitchen to create a yummy mocktail mojito that doesn't have to include any alcohol.
Oh, well, I'm excited to try this. I'm also one that does not drink, so I will definitely be purchasing that book. I can't wait to try that mojito. And so when you're talking about like test kitchen and things just kind of like in your daily life, how would you describe the life of Jade Lun?
Um, Things have really changed when I moved from Chicago to Hawaii. I would say that when people hear my name, they know that I do a variety of different things, whether it's figure skating, volunteering, pageantry, or running my own business. But in the beauty of moving to Hawaii, I've learned to slow down a little bit and to really refocus on the intentions of what I'm doing outside in these little buckets, per se. I remember in Chicago, I was doing a lot, but I wasn't in the moment or after the event or the task was done. I couldn't remember much about it because I was just so ready for the next endeavor. And I think what Hawaii has taught me is to slow down and be in the beauty of what is currently blossoming. I definitely think that moving here has set my perspective a little bit differently in how to balance that day to day life. But also going out there and being a boss babe and going after my dreams.
Yes, yes, yes. I love all of this, and I've seen you grow so much since you've moved from Chicago to Hawaii. Like the pace at which you just tackle things has been so much slower, and I love it. But you still do a lot, though. I mean, like you listed off a few things as though it's just like, oh, these are just things I still do, but that's already a lot. So tell me about the ice skating.
Yeah, so I was a competitive figure skater growing up. And in Hawaii, a fun fact is there is only one ice rink here on the island. And I was so lucky to be a part of their grand reopening after the pandemic had, dwindled down. So going and skating on that ice for the first time for their grand reopening, I was able to connect with the staff members there. And this year, I had some free space in my calendar, and I knew that the next thing I wanted to explore was coaching. I didn't really do much coaching. Growing up and competing. So I really wanted to challenge myself in that environment of how I could be the teacher and teach my students the basics of skating. So my kids, well, I teach tots that are 4 years old to
Oh.
5, all the way up to adults that are trying to learn something new, mid 30s or 40s. So I coach a variety of ages, but it's so fun because it's a way for me to share the first love of my life, which was ice skating. And actually, last week I was working with a student and I was teaching her a few new tricks. And I just saw her eyes just light up, and that was the moment where I just could feel that she fell in love with the sport, and it was just a really special moment. And I hope to continue that as I keep coaching.
I love that. That's so great to hear. And I'm sure you have so many other amazing experiences in working with people because you also work with people in Make a Wish, I think, right?
Yep. So I am on the Make-A-Wish Young Leaders Board, and it's a very important board because we support the Make-A-Wish board within itself, which does amazing, amazing things. If you don't aren't familiar with Make-A-Wish, they grant wishes to children with critical illnesses. And so being a part of this board, helping them raise money so that we can make more children's wishes come true has been amazing. I have loved experiencing with event planning and also being intertwined in that community. And also as a wish granter, I can be in the background of Make-A-Wish and help children here in Hawaii who are dealing with critical illnesses. I get to meet them and brainstorm what their greatest wish would ever be if they had one to choose. So it's been very rewarding.
That's so wonderful. And can you share, what was one of the more recent or one of the ones that stood out to you?
Yeah, so one of my first Wish kids, her name was Maddie, and she is just a delight, and her family is so sweet. But Maddie loves Harry Potter, and she's kind of a Harry Potter geek. So her wish was to go to Universal Studios to explore the wizard world, and that was so fun because me and my wish granting partner Danielle brainstormed a way we could reveal this wish to her. So we took her to the bowling alley that sponsored her event, her wish reeling event, and then we found a lot of small little Harry Potter trinkets, and we just made it such a special moment for her. And
Oh,
it was her birthday too, that in that time frame where we were working with her, so we got a custom Harry Potter like three-tiered birthday cake for her with the owl, and just it was so cute. So just those special memories that the kids just need in their lives at that point in time, just spreading smiles and beautiful moments. It's very rewarding.
oh, that's so lovely. I mean, and also the fact that you added all those little details and the what did you call it again? The reveal
Oh
party.
yes, the wish
The
reveal.
wish
So
reveal party. I
yes.
love that. It's
Mhm.
almost it almost makes you think of like when you're trying to like have a surprise birthday party or you're trying to give a
Yep.
gift to a potential like bridesmaid. I love that.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I want to shift gears for a moment because we're talking a lot about fundraising, and I'm thinking about what do you do aside from all of the community service work, which is a lot. Like, what's your career? And I know that you run an agency. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I started Jade Agency in 2020 and missed what everything was going on with the pandemic. And I've always had this dream that I would one day come to Hawaii to start my advertising agency because I visited the island more than a handful of times, and I just knew that advertising is just not something that's really common here. It's more of a word of mouth. And that's how tourists also get their suggestions of what to do when they come and visit. So it was me realizing after working for Budweiser and making marketing for them, it was that moment in time where I was also searching for resources to help myself stop drinking alcohol. I remember one moment I was searching up how to stop drinking alcohol, and all of a sudden, a Budweiser ad actually popped up on my screen. It just was a very like pivotal moment for me when I realized that, oh my goodness, the love and passion that I have for advertising, I'm creating um, marketing material that could be dangerous to the community or the audiences who are trying to stop, just like myself.
Mm-hmm.
So in that moment, I decided that I wanted to make advertising and use my creative direction for the common good and for good products and companies out there. And so I moved to Hawaii in 2020, not knowing a single soul. I don't have any family here. I don't have any friends, but I knew that I had this purpose that I wanted to give back and help with my knowledge and experience working for larger brands. So I've been out here working at Jade Agency for a couple years now. And, you know, it's so exciting to start a new business, but people don't tell you how hard it is to maintain a business once you've started. So I've learned quite a lot through this experience. But Hawaii and the people within this island, they're so welcoming and positive and just really, open to grow, that I'm really grateful to have this opportunity to help communities and also nonprofits with their marketing.
Yeah, and diving a little bit deeper into the point that you brought up about the struggles of running your own business, can you share some of your learnings or like advice for people who want to start their own business?
Absolutely. I think just like me and a few of the other people I've met who have their own businesses, we started our businesses out of love first and without a plan. And as much as exciting and just really a brave action to do, I definitely think if you're thinking about starting a small business, you don't have to have a full executed plan of how you want to start, but if you have an idea of, okay, as a business owner, you're going to have to do taxes in the future, do you have a contact that can help you with that? Or how would you structure your business if it wasn't just you? Say if you grow bigger and you have employees, what would that structure look like? Just small things that I didn't really think about going into it, that I think would definitely save a lot of time and just a lot of lessons that can be prevented if you had a plan in the beginning to start out. But I definitely would say if you're starting out a business, branding is super important. And coming from a graphic design background, I really loved that area of when I started Jade Agency. But I would say if you don't have a strong brand for your logo and identity before starting, I highly recommend you do, because that will set you apart within the marketplace and also help you pull in aspects of your principles and values that you align to better create a story that you will eventually share through your community members.
I mean, you just made a pitch essentially for yourself, and I love that because I actually want to give you another shout out because you actually created the logo for now Miss Asian Chicago, but formerly Miss Chinese Chicago. And then you helped us integrate that logo into the logo for our nonprofit organization. It was so seamless. Everyone immediately gets that it's a pageant, it's woman run, and I'm just so excited to constantly put it on like marketing materials, on our like t-shirts, everything. So shout out to Jade Agency.
Thank you for trusting me and giving me that opportunity, because that was right in the beginnings of me starting my agency. So I'm really happy that I was able to be a part of that.
Yeah, thank you. And so like there's honestly so many things that you've learned along the way, whether that be from being in the philanthropy arena, being an ice skater, and then eventually like showcasing your skills in a pageant, and then starting your own business, moving to a whole different part of the world, albeit still United States, but very far from Chicago. Can you tell us a little bit more about like general learnings along the way, and also like what are things that you've learned and grown from your pageant experience?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I'm currently running for Miss Hawaii USA, and the pageant is next month. And as I reflect back on, this would be my sixth pageant. I'm learning to give myself grace and not be too harsh on myself when it comes to pageant prep and getting sponsors. But I do want to say that I definitely think coming to Hawaii, not knowing anybody, and then just, really being open to joining other communities. I was part of the advertising community here, and the Chinese community, as well as Make a Wish and Filipinos scholarship organization that supplies scholarships to students. I've grown a lot of connections within the island, and I'm really grateful as I reflect, just seeing, there's a People's Choice awarded to the girl who gets the most votes. And currently, right now, I'm number one. And I just want
Woo!
to thank everybody that I've met who has believed in me and who's supported me. I definitely think maintaining those relationships, whether it's, I'm writing handwritten cards to just the people who are letting me know they voted and are from out of town, but just those small little moments that get maybe missed during our busy lives. I definitely think that adds a personal touch to you and the person you're connecting with. And also, it leads to a longer, more abundant friendship or business connection. So that's what I've definitely learned um, from my experience here in Hawaii, because in Chicago, I knew a lot of people, I was doing a lot of stuff, but I don't think I spent that time to really nourish those connections. So although we are, I'm so far away now, and I kind of know what everybody is doing, we still don't have that connection that I find I truly found when I moved here and met everybody out here.
That's so heartwarming. And I think, like, there's a lot to be said about going back to your point that, when you moved to Hawaii, you really slowed down the pace of things and became more present. And that's reflected in the relationships that you've built there in Hawaii. But you also have a really strong community here. We've all been supporting you. We're so excited for your upcoming journey with Miss Hawaii USA. Can you tell us what you are most excited about going into your next pageant?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm super excited. Um, not many people know or realize this, but I'm actually 30 years old. And so
Woo!
I'm really excited about this specific pageant because I think this will be my last one that I want to do. I keep saying that and I always keep coming back, but I really
Same.
definitely think, like, I feel it in my gut that this would be my final pageant. And I'm very lucky in the sense that I shouldn't really be in it, because last month they lifted the age ban. This was a pageant that I've always wanted to compete in, and I was really sad when I found out that I was too old a few years ago. So just having this opportunity to walk the Miss Hawaii USA stage at 30 years old, and also to promote something so close to my heart as Rise Strong Now to the community of Hawaii. Like, in Hawaii, there is a lot of alcoholism and just things that I feel so passionate about trying to help within our children and the education, that I am excited to share and see if anybody is inspired by my story. This is also televised, so I'm excited to potentially meet new friends along the way if they see my story and want to reach out. But I've definitely taken all my learnings from my different pageants, and I'm really going all in. I'm excited. I got a custom dress made that embodies the Phoenix Rising, which is Rise Strong Now's emblem and its identity. So just being true to myself and going up there and speaking from my heart, I'm just really excited to see who it impacts.
I love that. And I'm already a big fan of you and everything that you've already done. And I'm so excited to be able to watch the show, or hopefully I'll be able to watch the show. And I want to move on to the final three questions. So, if people want to get in touch with you, how can they do that?
I think if you want to get in touch with me, the easiest way would be through Instagram. Follow me at Jade Lun, which is JADELUN, and just send me a message. I'm pretty active on there and would love to connect with you. As well as, if you're interested in learning more about my platform, I have an entirely different account for that, and it's Instagram, and it's at Rise Strong Now.
Love that, love that. And I'll put it in the description as well. And if people want to get involved with Rise Strong now, what are the ways that they could do that aside from visiting the handle?
Yeah, so right now I'm prepping my book launch, which I'm super excited for. But I did have a interactive portion as far as a social media campaign. So what I would love to see is right now we're using hashtag Rise Strong Now, and for the interactive social piece is just you taking a picture of your mocktail or you taking a picture with your mocktail to raise awareness that you can be in fun parties like settings and you don't need alcohol to experience having a good time.
Love it. Love it. I will definitely participate too. And
Hey, thank
one last question. How can anyone support you for Miss Hawaii USA? I think you mentioned it, but I want you to remind everyone.
Yes, so for Miss Hawaii USA, they are currently taking online votes for People's Choice. The People's Choice winner will earn a spot on the top 10 of finals and will be able to walk the stage with live television. Currently, I am number one, and if you're interested in voting for me, please DM me and I can share you a link for the votes. It's $1, one vote, and I encourage people, you don't have to don't donate too much, just $1, one vote, every vote counts. So yeah, I would love to get that top 10 spot and walk and share my Rise Strong story even further.
You go, girl. I'm so excited for you. Ah! And there we have it. We have the reigning Miss Hawaii International, Jade Lun, who is now going for Miss Hawaii USA, top of the leaderboard for the People's Choice Award. And we're all going to keep supporting you and check out Rise Strong now, check out her platforms. And any last words, Jade, before we end this today?
No, I just want to say thank you so much, Victoria, for having me on your first your interview feature. And I'm just so proud of you and everything that you've accomplished within the Chicago community. And it just is just to show guys, like, I met Victoria when I was, not in a pageantry. Really, you kind of helped lead me along the way. And I am forever grateful for your mentorship because it just shows that the woman in your life, just as important as we are to you, you've really made an impact to everything that we do and everything that we touch. So thank you.
Thank you, Jade. Oh, okay. Well, I'll see you. I'll see you on TV. When is the pageant again?
So there's prelims and finals, and prelims are on the 17th, and then finals are on the 19th, and it's a
So
Friday.
so soon. So that's next weekend.
April. April.
Oh, okay. So wait. So the 2 weekends from now.
Yes, in 2 weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. 2 weekends. Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
excited. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
good luck with all of your prep, and I will see you soon.
Thank you, Victoria.